Hello everybody and welcome back. In today's video I wanted to share with you all a package that I received in the mail today from one of my faithful YouTube viewers and subscribers. His name is Robert P. and he's been generous enough to send me some things from his collection. He felt generous enough to want to give me something out of his own collection, which I really appreciate. It's not necessary, Robert, but I really do appreciate it. We've been in contact with each other for the last week or two, kind of discussing some things that he had, and he made up a list of things to send me, so I thought I'd share that with you. So we'll open this up and see what we got here today. I've been trying to remember back over the few years that I've been doing this, and I'm pretty sure that this is the first VCLT that I've received from anyone, so this is really exciting for me. So we'll open it up here, and he's got a note here for me listing the things that are included. He says he hopes I enjoy this little package. I'll be sure and read that later. Thank you for that, Robert. I appreciate it. Okay. Looks like we got some good looking CDs here to take a look at. The first one here, I'll try and go by the list that he sent here. This is a Magical Mystery Tour, you can see there. He says that this is the stereo taken all the best possible sources. And he's also added Lady Madonna and the Inner Light to the collection, as he thinks that those fit pretty well in with the album, which I agree that those would have been really good on the album. I really like how he's made up the inner sleeves and the labels here. That's very cool. Next up we got a vinyl transfer of the 2017 remix of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, so that's very cool. And here we got the nice label he's made there. And a very cool gatefold picture. Well, that's nice. When I want to hear that, I don't have to get out the vinyl and listen to it. I can just pop this in the CD player and listen to it. That's very nice. Thank you. What do we got here? This is the, let's see. This is a CD-ROM that has all 77 original Beatles books, the magazines from the 60s. So that is really cool. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever seen any of the Beatles books, so this is going to be really interesting to see what's all included in there. So very, very cool. Here we got a rare Dr. Ebbett's 1964 original Hollywood Bowl transfer. I believe that Robert mentioned that he worked for Dr. Ebbets for a while. And if you don't know who Dr. Ebbets is, be sure and Google that, because that's a very, very important name in the Beatles' history, I believe. That'll be very interesting to listen to. And the pile just keeps going here. This is way too generous. I'm just overwhelmed here. Next up we have another Dr. Ebbets. This is a copy of With the Beatles. This is a stereo version. It's got the stereo is centered on this one, so I'll have to compare that with the copies that I have. Sorry about the focus there. And then here we have something that's somewhat similar. This is a Dr. Ebbett's copy of Please Please Me with the centered stereo. The original stereos, I believe they had like all the instruments were on one channel and all the vocals were on another channel, where these Dr. Ebbett CDs, they kind of bring all that together and make it sound a lot better. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting to listen to. If I can get this out of here, we'll show you the inside. And then finally, this is not an official release, but it is one that he had from his personal collection. I had mentioned that, or he had given me a list of all the different things that he had, and I mentioned that I know a lot of people don't really care for the 20 Greatest Hits album that came out in the 80s. But for me personally, that is the first album. I think I've mentioned this in other videos, but that's the first Beatles album I ever owned and listened to when I was very young. It's what really got me into the Beatles, so that kind of holds a special place for me. And he's actually sent me a CD copy of this, which is very cool. The inside kind of replicates the inner sleeve there. So thank you very much, Robert. I'm going to cherish this one for sure. So yeah, I just want to, again, I just can't express enough how thankful I am and how generous you are, Robert, for sending me all this stuff, and I really do appreciate it. Just everybody in the vinyl community here and the music community on YouTube has been so kind. I've met so many nice people. It's just been a real pleasure doing this for everybody. And for some bonus content here, I figured as long as I was making a video, I got one new record album in this last week that I thought I'd share with everybody. I know it's, at this point, it's only October. It's a little early for this, but I did go ahead and order the Eric Clapton Happy Christmas album. This has got cover art drawn by Eric Clapton himself, which is quite the artist. There's the track listing there. If you can read that, it's kind of hard to read his handwriting a little bit. This is a double album. It's a gatefold. And you can see who's all on the album there. Side A and C, A, B, and oh, they got all four sides on there, I guess. These are 45 RPM vinyl albums, and one bonus that I wasn't quite aware of, I don't think I read this in the description, but it is actually on colored vinyl. We have red and second sleeve here has got, again, it's got the personnel on there and then the credits on the other side. And this one is on green vinyl. So that is very cool. Oh, and I did have the shrink wrap here. I pulled that off. There's one of the hype stickers there. There's the other one for those of you who are interested in that sort of thing. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there for you guys to see. Some of you might like that. So once again, I just want to say a big thanks to Robert for sending all this stuff to me, and I've got plenty of music to listen to now. So thank you again, and I'll catch everybody else on the next video. Take care.